Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. And if you are new here, please subscribe and hit that bell so we can be friends and you can see more of me and watch all of my awesome videos. So today is definitely a little hard to sit down and film a video in the midst of everything that is going on. Today is actually Sunday. This video will probably be going up on Tuesday. So there is just so much going on. It seems like since 2020 hit. And sometimes when certain things happen, it's difficult to sit down and film and then upload a video, especially tragedies like this. So I'm sure everyone is aware of the tragic death of George Floyd, and my heart sincerely does go out to his family, and I just can't imagine losing someone in that way, and just seeing and all of that and how all of that transpired. It's heart-wrenching and it rips your heart out. So sometimes, and then in the aftermath of that, just what's going on in our nation and the protesting and the rioting and the looting and so much negativity that naturally can occur when something as tragic as that happens. And then when you sit down to do something as trivial as film and upload a beauty video, it can seem a little strange and a little odd. And I never want anyone to think that I am insensitive to what is going on in the world, whether it's coronavirus or whether it's the tragic, horrible murder of a person, or our nation being so distraught right now. And then at the same time, I always want my channel to be a place where people can come and get their mind off things and maybe shut down, even if it's just for 20 minutes. And that's where the balance comes in, and that's where it's kind of hard when you're a content creator. You feel a duty to keep your normal schedule, you feel a duty to create content and upload when you're supposed to, so that your audience and your subscribers can have that to rely on, and then also remain sensitive to what's going on. So I just wanted to start this video with my condolences to the Floyd family, even though I'm sure that none of them will ever see this video. Just putting that out into the universe, that my heart does go out to them. And then also my prayers for this nation, because we should be so far past this point of hatred and racism and just overall negative headspace where so many people are still caught up and living in. And unfortunately, it seems like some people are not. So with all of that being said, I will just let you guys get straight into the video. I truly do hope that you enjoy, and feel free to comment. Let me know your thoughts, whether it's about the video or just how you're feeling today. I always want this to have a sense of community and family about it. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I love you, and have an amazing day. Bye. This is the... I'm gonna try to say it. See if I can get it in focus. The Laneige I'm probably butchering that, and I'm so sorry to the brand if I am. This is the Glowy Makeup Serum, hydrating and long-lasting makeup wear. Doesn't really smell like anything. See if it makes us glowy at all. Nuh-uh, Bubby. No. I swear my dog has to be in here every single time I film. Has that made us a little glowy? I definitely feel like it's hydrating. That part I do feel. I like because it's not heavily scented. I think a lot of primers and also skincare can be way too heavily scented. So yeah, I'm very appreciative that this does not have a scent. So I am very late to the game on this. This is the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. I got the shade Y355. This claims to brighten, smooth, firm, hydrate, and even out the complexion. A little on the thinner side, not super liquidy, but a little bit on the thinner side than some of my foundations. I think we're gonna go in with a pump and a half to start. I'm just going to apply to the cheeks first. I don't know if I'm smelling the... No, this definitely has a scent. And this does not claim to be full coverage, by the way. You will have to build this up for sure, but I was expecting that. Okay, so this is after building it up quite a bit on my cheeks. I'm going to zoom you guys in just a little. This is probably about a good, I'd say 3 layers on the cheeks. And as you can see, it does build up to nice coverage, but still not as good as some of my other foundations, like a Jouer High Essentials, even in, you know, NARS Natural Radiant has a little bit better coverage than this. Now, what I will say is the finish of this foundation, like, holy smokes. It looks like my skin. Just on my cheeks, because I do have all that hyperpigmentation, is just go in with a little concealer. And typically I would do this before foundation, of course, but I wanted to test out the coverage of the foundation. Even layering on that concealer on top, that even layered beautifully over the foundation. So you can build on top of this foundation perfectly. This is not a new product. I'm just going in with my MAC Studio Fix 24 Hour, and this is the shade NW24. In case you guys are wondering why I take the concealer so far into my nose, is because that just naturally contours your nose before you even contour your nose with bronzer or cream contour. So just a little tip there in case you want to snatch your nose up even more. Okay. That's not what we're doing next. Okay, so moving on to the next new item. I don't know why I was so attracted to this, because I don't buy Sephora brand makeup ever. And I saw this little guy and I was like, that looks so appealing and like it's gonna be so good. So if it's not really, really good, I'm gonna be highly disappointed. Like really disappointed. I'm kind of preparing myself for the disappointment because I don't really trust it. But anyway, it's the Sephora Bronzed Matte Bronzer. Like, isn't the packaging so cute? The little matte black with the little bronze. And this is the shade Number Thrice in Santorini. I like that it's not a super like dark shade, you know? It looks like something we can build up and get some good color. And I always try to remember to take my nose contour into my eyebrow area, just because it kind of blends everything seamlessly in with your eyeshadow, makes everything look a little bit more natural. Now for blush, if you guys can believe it or not, this is going to be my first time using a jouer blush. What do you call it? The blush duo, and this is in the shade Darling. This is what the outside looks like. I can't talk. I'm trying to decide if I just want to do the pink or if I want to mix. I think I'm gonna mix, but I'm gonna mostly do the pink. Just take a little bit of the brown, dust off. I was maybe expecting a little bit more pigment there. I mean, it's pretty and it definitely gives a radiance to the cheeks, which I like. But yeah, it's definitely have to add quite a bit to get color to the cheeks. It's okay, it's okay. So moving along, this is the Milk Flex highlighter in Lit. This says a pearl packed silky highlighter that hydrates to plump skin so formula goes on smooth without settling, leaving a next level glow. I will be the judge of that. Thank you. And we're gonna go down the nose first. I'm just hoping that once I spray down my face and blend that in, it sinks in a little bit more with the skin. I'm gonna spray down my face. Oh, that makes a difference. I don't know if you guys can notice, but Yeah, that definitely makes it sink into the skin a lot more. Okay, so now moving on to eyes. I picked up the Warrior 2 by Juvia's Place, and I've actually never used a Juvia's Place palette before. Ever. At all. So I'm very anxious to see how I feel about it. And this is what the inside looks like. I mean, just absolutely stunning. I mean, look at those colors. I'm also using the brushes I just picked up, which is the Morphe JS5. These are the Jeffree Star ones. I also bought these for my giveaway winner as well. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is the shade I just swatched, which is called Kana. If I'm butchering these, I'm so sorry. Just going to put that very lightly in the crease. I'm just very lightly laying this shade down. I'm not laying down a lot of pigment at once. I just want to keep the shade very light and airy in the upper portion of the crease. And then just kind of flick it outward towards the end. And I'm also taking it pretty high towards the brow bone in the inner corner. So now on a little bit smaller of a brush, this is a JS9, and it's also just a little bit more tapered towards the end. I'm going to go in with Yodit. Maybe that's how you say it. I don't really know. And this I'm just going to start laying down in the same way, but just a little bit lower. I'm gonna go back in with that original brush that we had. And I'm just gonna clean it off on a tissue until there's basically nothing on it. And very lightly, I'm gonna hold my brush all the way back at the end so I'm barely applying any pressure. And without barely pressing at all, I'm just going to blend those two shades together. Then on a flat shader brush, which is the JS11, I'm going to pick up this shade right here called Doria. I don't know what it's called. And I'm going to, whoops, making a mess. I'm going to apply that on 2/3 of my lid. Okay. And once I have the color built up pretty nice, I'm going to go back in with that original big fluffy brush I used. I'm going to go back in with that warm brown shade. Pick up the tiniest amount, tap off all the excess, and then just blend right over the orange. I'm gonna go in with some of my MAC concealer that I used earlier. A very small detailer brush. I'm going to smooth that down. On a even smaller flat shader brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Zaz, which is this white. I'm anxious to see if this is pigmented because white shadows are usually very rarely pigmented enough. So we will soon find out. Actually seems pretty nice. It's not like a stark white, it's more of like a creamy, milky white. For the underneath of the eye, I'm just gonna take this little, like, I don't know what you would call that. And I'm gonna first go in with the original cool brown shade that we used and put that underneath. I'm gonna drag that down pretty low. And then I'm gonna take that shader brush that we used for the orange, and on the tip of it, I'm going to take the orange shade and then just stamp that underneath the eye. Longwear, L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Eye Pencil in the shade, it's just called Brown. Where's my beauty blender? I feel like I need to line my waterline with some brown. It just seems like it needs it. I'm trying to decide if I want to do falsies or if I just want to test out this mascara. I'm kind of leaning toward just testing out this mascara. So I'm gonna do the mascara and see how I feel. I don't know, guys. It's pretty hard for me to do a look with no false eyelashes, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. This is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. And I got very black. The brush looks like this. Typically I like these kind of brushes, so I have a good feeling about it. We're gonna see how it goes. Alright guys, so that's after one coat. I'm gonna do about 17 more coats and then we'll decide. Okay guys. I tried real hard not to do falsies, but I couldn't. I could not. I'm gonna give my thoughts on the mascara at the end of the video when I wrap up everything else. What? So for lips, I think I'm gonna do the House Labs Endpoint. Trying to decide. I'm thinking I just want to like fill in the lips too with this. I'm like not for sure. Okay, and then I'm going in with the Maybelline, I don't know, this is just lip gloss. This is a collab with someone, but I forget who. It's called Tan Lines. And it's just the prettiest nude. Can you guys see that? Like, it's so pretty. So that's it, guys, for a full, almost a full face. Couple little cheats here and there. But to go through everything from start to finish, so starting off with the primer, I absolutely love it. I'm not sold on the whole glowy thing. I don't feel it made me super glowy. I have a lot of products that are just in my basic skincare routine that I think actually make me a whole lot glowier than this. But as far as the hydration and the way it sat under the foundation itself, I love this product, and I actually love these two products together. As far as the foundation is concerned, if you are a full coverage person and that is your vibe and that is all you like is full coverage foundation and nothing else, I don't know if I would recommend this to you. But if you don't mind a lighter foundation that you have to build up, then I think you will really, really like this. The finish of this foundation is amazing. It looks like skin. It feels great. I put on like 3 layers of this on my cheeks. It does not feel heavy. It does not look cakey. It is fantastic, and I really, really do recommend it. I'm gonna keep using this throughout the summer. I really, really like it. And I had very, very low expectations for this just because I don't use Sephora Beauty too often. But I have to say, I was so pleased with this. Not only is the packaging super cute for like, I don't know. Like I said, I think the most this was 18. The color is beautiful. It was pigmented. It built up nicely. It's super creamy. It's matte. It doesn't have sparkle, glitter, anything like that. It's warm tone, but not so warm that it makes you look orange. I love this. I'm gonna keep using it, and I'm super happy about the price. Like, Sephora, you nailed it with this. Man, I was really super excited to get this. I've never had one of these before. I don't know if it's just the shade I chose. Maybe I needed a deeper shade, but I have a lot of blushes that are not that deep in color, and they are super pigmented. They show up really well on my skin. I am very olive toned, but I don't always reach for a deep color blush. You know, sometimes I don't want a super intense color, and this just disappointed me. The packaging is really nice. Like, it's beautiful packaging. But yeah, as far as the pigment, the color payoff, I don't know. I probably won't be ordering another one of these. So that was kind of sad, which is surprising because I like Jouer. I love their concealers. I love their high coverage foundation. So that was kind of disappointing. Next was the Milk Flex Highlight. Is that what it was called? And I had the shade Lit. So you guys saw when I first put this on, it was kind of sitting on top of the skin, which had me a little freaked out at the start. But then once I blended everything in with a little bit of setting spray and my beauty blender, it melted right in. It looks so beautiful. I love this. I'm going to continue to use this. I'm super happy with the color. It has a beautiful gold shift to it, but it's not too gold. I love the way it blended in once I sprayed it down with a little setting spray. I love the super sleek white packaging of it. This was a hit for me. I really, really, really like this. Now, moving on to the eyeshadows. These are so crazy affordable. Like, I consider Juvia's place to be pretty much drugstore price. This is so affordable. They're cruelty-free. The pan size on these eyeshadows, like, hello. You could almost even use this as a bronzer. That's how big the pan is. And I love the blendability of these. Like I said, these are all matte shades. It's very hard to find matte shades that are super creamy, buttery, that will blend out, that will blend well with each other. And these were killer. The Jeffree Star Morphe collab, the brushes, I didn't use all that came in the kit, but I also didn't do that complicated of an eye look either. But what I did use, I really like these brushes. I love Morphe brushes regardless whether they're a collab or just Morphe brushes. So I really love these brushes as well. The only other thing besides the blush that I did not, okay, that's the wrong word. I won't say I didn't like, that I don't think is maybe named correctly, is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift. Like, this is a good mascara for every day. I think it separates the lashes well. It lengthens. It's got a good brush on there. It does the job quickly. Do I think it's a mascara to use when you're going for a glam look? No. I would much sooner reach for my Monsieur Big by Lancome. And I definitely don't think that you can get by without falsies when you're going for a glam look. So that is it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until the next one, stay safe. And remember that you are beautiful inside and